It's the OMU Podcast with your host, Neto Machele. As usual, we are going all the way across the world right now. We're going to Amsterdam and we're going to be speaking to Mr. Brian Myburgh. But before we have a chat with Brian, please, guys, do not forget to follow us on our social media pages. That is on Facebook, Instagram, as well as on LinkedIn. You can also like and subscribe right here on our YouTube channel so that we can reach more Muirites from all over the world, because it's because of you guys that we keep continuing bringing you these old Muirites to tell us the stories about their lives and their relationship with Muir College. So let's hop over to Amsterdam and speak to Brian Myburgh. Brian, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great today. Thank you.
So you're all the way in Amsterdam, but I want to take you back to South Africa. Okay. So, what was your journey like getting to Muir College? Where did you start from primary school until you got to high school?
I started all the way in the beginning, College Hill. Actually, even before that, I suppose my father went to Muir College.
Okay.
So, and my older brother went to Muir College, and then I started all the way in. I lived down the road from Muir College, and yeah, so I went all the way from pre-primary, from I suppose College Hill, and then moved into Muir Junior, still in the old red brick buildings down the bottom, and then in Standard 5 moved up to the top school that it is known today. So I suppose I went through the entire way all the way through.
Yeah. All right. So when you think of Muir, when you think of school, I know some people will speak about maybe the end of the year when we had to clean the desks and the smell of the varnish that we had to put on the desks before we left for holidays. When you think of Muir, what is the first image, sound, or smell that comes to mind?
Maybe the smell of the grass from the Ellis field.
Yeah.
I suppose my school career revolved a lot about sport. During break time on the field, after school on the field, during holiday time, we'd still be at Muir playing sport every day. So I think that, but also having a close group of friends that are living all around the school. So I think the smell is probably that of the sports fields, because I spent many hours on that field.
Okay. Who was the teacher or staff member who left the biggest mark on you, and what made them unforgettable?
I had so many good ones. So many good ones. Well, Mr. Whitehead as my maths teacher, that I still use maths to this day, that I enjoy. And I suppose Ban Hopley, who was both my hockey and my cricket coach, so I suppose I spent many hours there and taught me a lot of things about the game and about sport in general. So I would say those are the two main ones, I would say.
I know Mr. Hopley has a lot of quotables that he always says to the boys. Do you remember any of his one-liners that he always used to like?
Oh, he did. Yeah, I can't remember. It's a long time ago. But he did have a lot of those one-liners. I can't think of the top of my head right now, though. But it made me think back, though.
Yeah, I remember one that he used to love to, especially with us rugby guys. We used to always be the loud bunch, and and he'd be like, "Machele, manners maketh a man." So that's always stayed with me wherever I go till today. If I'm acting a bit rough, I'm like, manners maketh a man all the time. But anyway, going back to your personal journey. So looking back at your time at Muir, what path have you taken since leaving school?
Well, I went to UPE, so straight after leaving school, I went to UPE to study computer science. And then yeah, it took me a long time to graduate, so I would say, because I love computers and I still do because it's my
Mm.
passion, as I do every day. But I don't like anything else. so, so to find a so to find the other half of my degree took me quite a long time. So and then and then while I was studying, I used to I worked in a number of bars and restaurants, and
Mm.
then started working I suppose in 2000 at Toby Joe's, and then I was the manager there for like 5 years,
Oh.
um, and then and then so yeah, so once I graduated, finding a computer job in Port Elizabeth was still quite hard, and also
Mm.
Toby Jones used to make a lot of money, so it was like uh, going. So try like, do you want to change from hanging out with your friends during the night to make money, or take a lower paid job? So I decided to continue working there, and then eventually I needed to do computers.
Yeah.
So so I decided to sell everything I owned, jumped on a plane, and went to London.
Oh.
So it was yeah, it's just I'm gonna with no plan whatsoever. I just landed in London, middle of London, and I ran out of money pretty quick. And then this also brings a good story from a classmate of mine,
Mm.
Dean. The bloke found out that I was in London, and I hadn't spoken to him in 5 years. And I was there for a couple of weeks, and he sent me a message, and he's like, "You in London?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just sitting in a hostel, trying to find a job." So he's like, "What? You don't have a place to live? Okay, I'm fetching you now." He jumped in his car, drove, came fetch me from the hostel. I slept on his couch for a couple of months, and
Nice.
then yeah, and then he also ended up. I started working with him. He got me a job at Sky. And then so it started, and then I stayed there for. I jumped around a bit, but doing so computer programming and automation is kind of my passion.
Mm. Mm.
And I jumped around a bit, and then I ended up back at Sky again, and then computers were changing. I started doing data centers, but then cloud computing came a thing,
Mm.
and then eventually, after being there for 10 years, I decided to want to do more cloud computing. So I became a consultant, and I've been doing cloud consulting now for 8 years.
Oh.
And I'm able to follow my passion of helping companies bring products to market and and just release software and bring it out to the market. So that's what I do now. I was in London for 15 years.
Mm.
Um, my my I got married shortly after moving to London. Actually,
Yeah.
my wife of 18 years, she was actually a waitress at Toby Joe's. And then um, and then yeah, so and then the consulting market changed in the UK.
Yeah.
And also UK decided to leave Europe, and I wanted to be in Europe, so Brexit was the topic. So we decided, to sell up again, and then jumped in the car and drove over to Amsterdam. So when I went consulting, I worked in Milan for 3 months.
Yeah.
Also did some work in Munich, and I also did a project in Amsterdam. So when we
Mm.
were picking on where to live, Amsterdam, we really felt like home. So we decided to come here, and that's kind of where we stayed. And now, yeah, we love it here. We've got two young children. My daughter's 5, and my son is almost 2. They go to Dutch school, or my daughter's so far.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's kind of the journey. So we've, started in PE, 15 years London, a little time in Milan, a little time in Amsterdam.
Nice. So you speaking about Toby Jones, it actually makes me think back. A lot of degrees were sacrificed at Toby Jones. So for our younger audience, guys, Toby Jones is at Brooks Hill, where Brooks Hill apartments are right now. Ocean Basket and all those places. That used to be one of the biggest clubs during our time in university. I used to work upstairs at Jimmy's Kilo Prawns, opposite Tapas. So you bring me back to those days. But anyway, moving back. So on campus, right, you've got these spots that we weren't allowed to go to. So what was your guys during your time? Which spot in the school was the most forbidden or feared spot?
I don't actually remember that many feared spots or forbidden
I
spots, I
mean, the
would say.
shooting range, where all the smokers used to go.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, I was never a smoker, so I never saw this day. Uh, I'm, I've never, I can't say that I know of any that I know. Um, like I said, I think I spent most of my time, break time, spare time, as much as I could on the sports field, even during break time. So
Mm,
you had to run back to class every time because you're running from the bottom of the field to try and run back to class.
mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
so I don't think I really had much time outside of that.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So, Muir College is a school that is built mostly on tradition. Even in our school song, we have to remember the men that have made the school what it is today, remembering the men of the past. What school tradition meant the most to you and is still alive today?
Muir's got quite a few good traditions. I think
Yeah.
the Old Boys Weekend, I think,
Mm, mm,
is a great tradition.
mm.
Um, Unfortunately, it's been moved to. I
Is
didn't like it that it was
it-
moved from March to into winter because it's not a nice holiday for me now. All of a sudden, even though I did do it for the 200, to leave summer to go to winter is not ideal for me. Um, Also, I don't know. I did also enjoy just the blazer, what it
Mm,
meant. Um, I mean, I wore mine to the 200.
mm.
I still got it. I still to any old boy functions. I still wear my blazer, uh, and yeah, I like it.
So, was there a moment in life, where something you learned from school really carried you through? As we grow up, school really is a good foundation for us. And a lot of things that we do learn from school do sort of carry on and sort of build the foundation for the rest of our lives. So, what has that learning been for you?
A lot of mine comes back to sport, I would think, and teamwork through sport and brotherhood through. I think friendship. Um, I think the bonds that you make. I know definitely at school at Mill.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd say like good friendship has no borders, um, and I think that real brotherhood, I think, goes a long way. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned something about staying with your friend. He just called you up. I think that sort of thing only happens in like boys' schools where the friend of yours or someone that you went to school with is in need. Guys are always ready to jump in, So I think that's like something really nice that we have inherited from your college. So moving on. Okay.
yeah, I,
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, because in the beginning, when I've been gone 20 years now,
Yeah.
and in the beginning, I would go back every year or every couple of years, and then you might not have spoken to someone for a while,
Yeah.
or even you won't speak the whole year.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I land, and I'm like, "Do you want to go for a beer?" Everyone's like, "Yeah, let's go." I haven't chatted for a while, um, and or just rock up at a friend's house for a bride you haven't spoken to in a year or even 2 or 3 years, and it's like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I really do cherish those moments.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move now to our more fun section, the quick fire round. So we've got questions over here, and you have to answer them as quickly as possible. 5 seconds is the rule. So let's go.
Oh,
So now the computer brain must be on now. Let's get the computer brain on. So what was your favorite snack at Tuck Shop?
that's it might the sausage roll. I think.
Sausage roll. Okay,
Well, I used to
everybody
enjoy
goes
the
for
sausage
pies.
rolls.
Everyone's going for pies. Everybody. I haven't heard anything
Right.
different. Yeah, I mean sausage roll is a
I
pie.
think the only thing I think they only used to sell sausage rolls and chips. I think that was the only thing they sold back in my day. I think that was it. I mean, it was a kiosk and they had it open like this size. I think. I mean, it's much bigger now. I think, but
Yeah,
it
probably.
wasn't very big.
Most daring rule you've ever bent or broken.
I missed school to go watch a cricket match.
Nice. That's a good reason to miss school. A sport or activity
Yeah,
you wish you tried.
wish I'd try. I played most sports. Um, Baseball, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I really had the opportunity. Yeah. Well, I love football, but I never got to play it in an active capacity.
Okay. One song that instantly takes you back to school.
It's I think Crowded House. I think it's Weather with You. I think the main reason is because it was the soundtrack to I made a matric video.
Okay.
Um, that I've watched a few times, which is it's really bad quality now. But the backing vocal is the opening of it is Crowded House, Weather with You.
Okay, nice. Three classmates you'd invite to a reunion dinner and why them?
There's quite a few. There's always that like there's probably five that whenever, like I say, whenever I land in PE, the same five come or the same four um, that we still keep in contact with. Well, I suppose they're not there anymore. I mean, so Mac is there, my friend Craig McKeown,
Hmm.
Craig, Ben, Ryan. Well, I suppose Ryan and Jeff are in PE now.
Okay.
Ben's just moved to Dublin. Um, yeah, like I say, I've got quite a few friends that I can call at any time of day and night, and they'll always either be there to help me or to have a beer.
Yeah, nice. Vince, which Vince are you referring to? Rapsit?
Rapsit, yes, he's
Okay.
actually coming to. Rapsit's actually coming to visit me for New Year's Eve. He's coming to spend a few days there.
Nice, nice. All right. So we're gonna move now to the final part of the interview, which is the legacy
Yep.
and the final message. So, what single lesson from school still guides you today? Deep one.
I suppose hard work, integrity, true friendship. As same as I said before, true friendship knows no borders.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think yeah, the 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 friendship and the bond of Muir College, I think, is quite a thing that gets you a long way.
Cool. So, speaking directly now to the grade 12s of today, if you could speak to them right now, what message would you leave them with?
I'd say follow your passion.
Yeah.
Follow your passion. Follow your if you follow your passion, I think the money will follow.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people try and follow the money
Mm.
and then you lose your way. But if you do what you're passionate about, I think you wake up with energy and doors open, and people can see that passion and the engagement
Nice.
and
So,
see the world because the world's
yes,
a
yes,
beautiful
yes,
place.
yes, yes, yes. I think that one is important. I think like traveling the world also opens your eye or your eyes to different things and different perspectives and different ways of thinking, instead of like being boxed into a certain particular way of thinking. I think it's really important for people to just travel the world and see things. So,
Well, I think yeah, seeing things and also because I know when I was in PE and that you see all like particular jobs or professions, you think it's so one dimensional. There's so many different facets to different types of jobs, and you
mm,
only see it, I suppose, when you travel.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
cool. So, last question. Imagine the school in 200 years from now. What do you hope still remains?
spirit, manners, um, the values. Uh, yeah, I would say like keeping the culture. It is as it is today, I think that's quite hard. But
Yeah.
it would be
Yeah.
great to if it still remains, because when I step on, if I go there, I mean, over almost 30 years now, I suppose like 30 years, you walk on campus and you just feel it, and the boys still say, "Oh, hello, so stand up when you walk past." It's
Mm,
like that. That's yeah. You don't see that everywhere, or definitely not in this day and age.
definitely. Mr. Myburgh, thank you very much for giving us your time. Very nice interview. Yeah, Toby Jones. I don't think kids like understand that part of our lives during those years. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you very much.
It's yeah, people. You didn't have to message to ask where people were. You just went to Toby Joe's to see your friends.
All right. Have a great day and thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Cool.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Brian Myburg, all the way in Holland, in Amsterdam over there. Great conversation. Brought me back, man, to my varsity years and the old Brooks Hill Pavilion over there. Very nice. But anyway, we're going to go now. I'll see you guys on the next episode of the OMU Podcast with your host, of course, Mr. Nento Machele. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe onto our YouTube page, like our content, so that we can continue doing this lovely content for you. And also, please follow us on our social media pages. That is on Facebook, that is on Instagram, and on LinkedIn, so that you can get information about Muir College and the old Muirite Union. So for now, from your host, I'll see you next time. Cheers.